Welcome to Breathe Well Coaching. My name is Coach Erin. Today I'm going to move you through a somatic experience where we will be getting more connected with our own physical body as well as our emotions and our thoughts, helping us move into a place where we can connect and process. This is such a beautiful practice if you are feeling overwhelmed or stressed. We will do breathing, meditation, gentle movement, a lot more breathing, and I'll guide you through an experience that will allow you to get connected internally and spiritually. So if you're open to this practice, thank you for being here, for trying something perhaps new today. You will need your own body, a quiet place to rest yourself, a quiet place to practice, and you'll need perhaps, I have a pillow here, so a meditation pillow. That can be useful, but it's not necessary. And just an open mind, the willingness to step into a place that's going to be introspective, that's going to be kind, non-judgmental, and a place where you can potentially heal some of the things that you haven't had some time to address. So thank you again for being here. Let's start with breathing. Let's start with meditation, or in yoga practice, they might call this a centering moment. So we start by centering and grounding ourselves in the present physical moment, in this physical body. We're not in our thoughts as much, thinking forward and feeling anxious, and we're not ruminating in the past and thinking, getting stuck kind of in that past thinking and reminiscing and maybe feeling sadness. We're here in the present moment where we're more connected and more able to feel joy and peace and fulfillment. So let's practice that. It's literally a practice that you come back to and you start to train your mind and your body to connect to the present moment. Some of the most powerful benefits of mindfulness just come from this attention to being here now. Close your eyes, soften the body. So notice if you're holding any tension as you are first beginning this practice, and let that melt away. And instead of controlling the breath here, I just want you to observe it. Where are you breathing from? Are you breathing from your nose? Are you breathing from your mouth? Where do you feel the breath more? Maybe in the chest? Maybe you've been holding your belly. Is the breath smooth, calm, or is it a little bit more rapid? Is it a little bit more out of balance or even irregular? Just check in. Try not to be harsh or critical. You're coming at this practice with a lot of curiosity. And with the eyes closed, we're removing distraction. So just listen to my voice as you're here. Perhaps bring a smile to your face. Greet yourself in this moment. Hi, Erin, that's my name, Coach Erin. Hi, Erin, how are you doing? Welcome. What are you bringing with you today? What are you experiencing? How has your day been? Just like you would greet a friend or a loved one. Just check in, bring the awareness to physical body. Notice any tension. Notice areas that feel particularly peaceful. Maybe you can camp out there for a couple of breaths. Today for me, I feel really good in my shoulders. So maybe I'm going to bring that awareness to that area of my physical body. As you're dropping into the physical body, notice if you hear anything beyond my voice in your surrounding environment. Clue into the things that are here and now. What do you smell? What can you feel? Can you feel the weight of your body resting on the pillow or the floor beneath you? Maybe you're in your bed or on a chair right now. What do you feel? Now we're going to move into breath work, which is more conscious. We're going to actually control our breath, but we'll keep it really gentle for today. If you need to open your eyes, you can do that. You'll go ahead and grab gently your rib cage. So my thumbs are in the back, touching the back of my ribs. We kind of forget that they're back there. And then my fingertips are in the front. This rib cage will become an actual cage if we don't use the respiratory diaphragm to be our primary breathing muscle. So we want to work on breathing in a 360-degree pattern. That means when you inhale, don't suck in and draw up with the neck and shoulders. That's gonna really stimulate the nervous system. What we want to do is inhale and feel that middle torso expand laterally. Feel your low back get a stretch, your belly stretches a little, the pelvic floor, the butt, everything here in this mid-torso and your core center is going to stretch. The pressure gives you that inside out stretch. That's your inhale. Then your exhale, you feel everything gently hug in. Don't overactivate, so don't crunch down here, but just keep it nice and gentle. Stretch on the inhale, nice and gentle exhale, hugging in. Let's do 4-4 breathing. So you'll inhale for 4 and exhale for 4. This is a nice balanced breathing pace. Breathing through the nose for this beginning practice. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Feel that stretch from the inside out, and then breathe out. Relax. Feel the release on your exhale. Keep breathing here. Maybe close your eyes to allow for more connection to your physical body today. Keep the body soft. Release any tension as you continue with this pattern. And I want you to make it yours right now. So don't worry about the pace that I'm doing. Start to trust your own ability to guide yourself with this breathing practice of 4-4 breathing. And what we're really looking for is just a nice balanced breath. For some people, the counting is really helpful. For others, you might just want to feel an evenly paced breath. You might not want to get so consumed by the counting. Whatever you choose playfully, curiously explore maybe both ways. I want you to continue to guide yourself in this balanced breathing pattern, 360 breath, for about 4 more breaths. No rush, just take your time. And as you're finishing up, you'll want to slowly, if your eyes were closed, slowly open your eyes. Wonderful. How do you feel? Good, hopefully. Feel maybe a little more balanced. Let's keep moving through this practice. So I'm going to have you rub your hands together. So we're rubbing our hands together right in front of the heart center. This is kind of fun. I think it's fun. And you're creating energy, positive energy. This is activating our respiratory system, our cardiovascular system, increasing blood flow a little bit, stimulating a little bit, but in a good way. Then when you're ready, I want you to slowly bring the hands over the face and just cup your face here. Bow down into your hands and take a moment. If you're spiritual, if you're religious, this could be a moment to pray, to check in spiritually. If you want to continue mindfulness, check in emotionally. Take a moment here to explore what you might be feeling emotionally. Today, are you feeling something that's making you fearful? Maybe anger? Have you been having emotions of disgust or sadness, happiness, surprise? And those are some core emotions, some more primary emotions, and we'll get into that more a little bit today, but just start to be aware of what kind of emotional state you came today with, what you're dealing with. This is a place for honesty, for openness and connection. Hands lower down gently, and we'll inhale, reach our hands up. So if you're not sitting down, this is going to be a good time to make sure you are. And we'll exhale, twist to one side. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist. Keep it easy, keep it light. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, twisting. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, twisting. And you can see I'm not going very deep into these stretches, but what I am getting deep into is my breath. That inhale, opening up the mid-torso, and the exhale, everything kind of hugs in. Link this movement with your breath and start to flow a little bit here. feeling the body. Get a nice detoxing twist here to open up the spine. Wonderful. And then come back to center, arms float down, hands at your knees, close your eyes. Notice any changes, shifts in your physical body. Start to build that awareness. If you have something underneath your glutes, go ahead and move it. I'm uncrossing my legs in a different direction just to help balance that out. Now you're gonna have your hands on your knees, and it's going to be a very small, gentle circle. So you will gently circle forward and gently circle backwards. Now go back to that 4-4 breathing pattern if you can, remembering to inhale, feel the stretch, the ribs expand out laterally using your respiratory diaphragm. And that exhale is matching the length of your inhale, keeping it balanced. A lot of times in yoga practices, they'll use this balanced breathing. They might even do it with sound, where they're doing what they call a ujjayi breath. So if you know ujjayi breath, you can breathe with sound here. I'm not going to go deep into that practice today, but I just wanted to offer it up for anybody who does know it. Now, switch directions. If you don't know it, don't start beating yourself up because you don't know it. It's just something you can, if you're curious about, learn about. I love approaching life with curiosity. I'm a lifelong learner. I'm always reading some type of book. I'm always searching and gathering spiritual, religious, personal development, those types of content. I love listening and hearing about history. And part of that has been helping myself get more connected to what I want, what I like, learning more about myself. And that's been a beautiful practice of just connecting with myself and learning, kind of self-guided learning. So we switched directions. We circled in one direction, we circled in the other. If you didn't get both directions, make sure you do. And if you have, then go ahead and bring your hands down, close your eyes, bring a smile to your face. And to make this more somatic, we're going to process through some more emotions, some thoughts, okay? And the idea here is that in the practice of mindfulness, the first step is to strengthen the observer. This is your ability to think about what you've been thinking about. It's also your ability to think about what you've been feeling and allow yourself that space and that time to process and connect in that way. The observer can also think about what they've been thinking about, their thoughts, and they can understand what their emotions have been, but they're doing that in a lovingly, kind, non-judgmental, non-critical way. And then after that, you're gonna start to want to invoke curiosity. Start to understand why, what behaviors, what patterns, what things from your past and your history are making you feel and think these certain things. So it allows us the space to actually look at why we're feeling, what we're feeling, why we're thinking, what we're feeling. And then we get to the last step, the fourth step, which is we get to take action. So when we're more informed and connected and we notice what's happening subconsciously, what's happening in the background, we're able to say, hey, you know what? I can notice that this thought leads to this emotion, and this emotion leads to this behavior that I, the observer, don't like. So if I want to consciously grow and develop and evolve, this is going to be a process you can come back to time and again. I use it more of a spiritual practice because I'm a Christian. I like to work with God and study the Bible and kind of use these hand in hand, but a lot of these practices are linked to psychology. They're linked to the mindfulness movement, and I think it's a beautiful kind of blend that I'm going to move you through today. So hopefully you're open to experiencing this. Again, it is a little more somatic because we're doing movement and mindfulness today. So to continue our movement, let's go into a cat-cow position. So in cat-cow, essentially you're opening your heart and then you're rounding the spine, and I like to draw back towards my heels, kind of bowing down. So it's an inhale to open. Think about your heart opening, being open and willing for this moment, and then exhale, come back. So as you continue breathing, inhale, arch, exhale, round back. I want you to get into a rhythm with that movement as I kind of move you through this emotionally connected place. So as you inhale, arch. As you exhale, come back into your child's pose. Continue to move in that pattern. Maybe close your eyes. And I want you to ask yourself, what emotions or even thoughts have been coming up for me a lot frequently? Maybe something comes right to mind, something that created a large emotional response for you and you haven't had time to look at it. Maybe it's something that happened today. Maybe it's something that happened 2 weeks ago. Did you feel fear? Did you feel anger? Did you feel disgust? Sadness? Happy? Were you surprised? I'm going to keep running through different emotional responses you might be experiencing. And any one, as you are still moving, that makes you spark a little bit, that you're like, ooh, I think that's it. That's the one that you might be feeling, that you might want to curiously, kindly question a little bit more. So have you been feeling scared, anxious, insecure, submissive, rejected, humiliated? Have you been feeling hurt, threatened, hateful, mad, aggressive, frustrated, distant, critical? Have you been disapproving, disappointed, feeling awful, avoiding? Have you been feeling guilty, abandoned, feelings of despair, feelings of depression? Have you been lonely, bored? Do you feel optimistic, intimate, peaceful, powerful, accepted, proud, interested, joyful? Are you excited, amazed, confused, startled? Those are just some of the secondary emotions that you might be feeling as you start to uncover what's going on. What are some of the resonating emotions that are bubbling up? And let's go deeper. Do you feel terrified, frightened, overwhelmed, worried, inadequate? There's one I feel. Inferior, worthless, insignificant, alienated, disrespected, ridiculed? Do you feel embarrassed, devastated, insecure, jealous, resentful, violated, furious, enraged, provoked, hostile, irritated, withdrawn, suspicious, skeptical, sarcastic? Let's pause there. Go ahead and come all the way down into a child's pose, resting here. If you need a pillow or something like that, come there. And when you're in this child's pose, I want you to rock side to side. Again, incorporating some of these somatic movements. Allow yourself to slip into that movement, inhaling and exhaling. Get that 360-degree inhale, exhale. And find this child's pose, rocking position comforting. If it's not, adjust in any way that you need to. Let's keep going through the emotions, seeing what comes up. Are you feeling judgmental? Are you loathing? Revolted? Detestable? Are you having an aversion? Are you hesitant? Do you feel remorseful, ashamed, ignored, victimized, powerless, vulnerable, inferior, empty? Do you feel abandoned, isolated, apathetic, or indifferent? Are you feeling inspired, open, playful, sensitive, hopeful, loving, proactive, courageous, fulfilled, respected, confident, important, amused, ecstatic, liberated? Do you feel energetic, eager? Do you have awe? Are you astonished? Perhaps you're perplexed. Are you disillusioned, dismayed, shocked? Any one of these emotions, or maybe there's other ones that are coming to mind for you, these are feelings. Feelings are not always facts, but we feel them and they're not good or bad, but if we stuff them or ignore them, or we just distract ourselves and don't allow ourselves to feel these feelings, they start to back up. And this is in my experience. I'm a wellness coach. I work with a lot of different people, in all areas of their well-being, and this would be in the emotional part of your well-being. So what do we want to do with these backed up emotions or with strong emotions? For me, it's a process of naming them, like we just did, just becoming aware. And you're still in your child's pose, you're still rocking. If you need to move to a different position, that's fine. But just becoming aware of this could be your first step to having more emotional well-being. Beyond that, it's helpful to start asking yourself why, to start using the third step in mindfulness, which is curiosity. Invoke curiosity in a kind way and kindly question, where is this strong emotion coming from? Why? And then you get to the final step, which for me sometimes is simply asking, is this true? Is this truly what I think and feel about myself? Inadequate or insignificant, is that true? And that allows a space where I can kind of question and get to what I really feel and what path I want to go down towards. It allows me to intervene and help myself in that moment, just like I would a friend or a loved one. So it helps me to care and love on myself a little bit. Whereas if I didn't address it, it would just be sitting kind of in the back, and I would be feeling these feelings and never processing through them. It might be a good opportunity for you to reach out and talk to somebody, for you to journal or use expressive writing. It might be a good time to just go for a walk, read your Bible, get connected spiritually or in community. So this is, emotions are not who you are. You are not, let's say, I am not angry. I am not angry. I am feeling angry. And here's why. And here's what I want to do about it. So as you're still in that child's pose, if you are, and as you're listening to me and starting to understand a little bit of this process, I want you to slowly make your way to your back, all right? So our feet are gonna be flat, our knees are gonna be together. So the legs, the thighs are touching. And I want you to have your hand on your belly. We're gonna start by just rubbing our belly. And if you need to make sure your palm is on the skin of your belly, I think that's the best way to do it here. This is really good for soothing the nervous system. And we're going to move the hand around left to right, so clockwise. And you're going to just put a little pressure and immobilize that tissue in your belly. Keep it soft. Go back to your 360 breathing. You might even want to inhale through the nose and exhale out of the mouth with a sigh for these next few breaths. And all I'm going to do is allow you to rub your belly and allow you to just think through some of the things I've talked about. Allow yourself the space to, whatever needs to come up, whatever you need to connect with and check, whether it's your thoughts that you've been thinking or your emotions that you've been feeling but maybe not addressing. Allow yourself to just get curious here in this moment, creating some time and some space for that. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes to rub the belly and to connect, just in the way I've taught you. If you find your mind wandering all over the place, keep bringing it back to, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling? What am I feeling? What am I thinking? Why am I feeling and thinking this way? Just get curious. And after some things have come up, allow yourself just to shine the light on it. You don't have to fix everything right away. Sometimes just recognizing and being aware is a wonderful action step. From this position, we can relax the rubbing on the belly. I want you to have the knees fall out to the side to a butterfly position, reclined butterfly. And then we're linking this with our breath. Exhale, draw everything up and in. So it's an inhale, open, stretch, 360 breathing. Exhale, draw everything in. Inhale, open. Exhale, draw in. So this should feel relaxing for you. If it doesn't, you can decrease the range of motion. But I want you to just allow the legs to kind of open up. This gets into the root area, our feelings of safety and security, belonging. And I just want you to nurture through the breath and the movement your physical body, all right? Reminding yourself of the people in your life that love you, of the positive things you've done recently. grounding yourself and perhaps your spiritual connection, connecting with God, connecting with a special community. I want you to remind yourself of the things that are supporting your well-being, focusing on those positive things as you're opening on the inhale and you're closing on the exhale. You're kind of inviting more of these things. When we focus, what we focus on grows. So if we're always focusing on all the things we did wrong, all the negative things we've messed up on, and we never take time to encourage and build up and focus on those positive things, this is the power of gratitude, having a gratitude list and a gratitude practice. We're actually training our brain to be critical, to be negative. Whereas I want you to work on the pathway of building yourself up, of encouraging yourself. So as you're opening and closing, just continue breathing and focus on some of the positive things that you're doing to support your well-being, like being here now. If you're still here, I mean, most people have an attention span. Well, you know, I do too sometimes. We're just constantly, you know, scrolling and doing all the things digitally. If you're still here now, like, give yourself a pat on the back. You're doing awesome. This is such a cool thing for you to start to do, and you can do this for yourself throughout the week or whenever you feel an emotional buildup or like a really depressing mood or anything going on that you just want to shift. Beautiful. All right, so we have encouraged ourselves. We have connected. You can stop moving the legs, just find a comfortable place. You can extend your legs out long, kind of preparing for that last surrendering pose where we're fully relaxed. We don't have to do anything. We just get to lay here. How nice. And for you, if you want to have your eyes open, you can. If you want to close your eyes, you can. Come back to that breath. And you have connected, like I said, you've connected with the breath today. You've connected with the body in a gentle way. You have connected with your thoughts, with your emotions, and you've also encouraged yourself if you followed along with this practice. So bring the hands over your heart for a moment. Just take a minute to hold yourself here, to embrace yourself in a loving, kind way. And as cheesy as this is gonna sound, I want you to tell yourself you love you. You love you. I remember in a really dark place when I was experiencing major anxiety and panic attacks. I was crying and I looked over at my husband and I had major back pain, all the things. And I said, I don't even like myself. I hate myself. And it was a really low moment for me, but I have since then had to work on building up my worth, my self-worth, my self-esteem, my self-love. And one of the practices I've used is in the morning at the beginning of the day. I put my hands over my heart and I say, I love you, Erin. I love you. I love, and I name maybe one or two things, even if it feels strange, that I love about myself. So I want you to, if you want, step into that practice. Love on yourself. Breathe into that encouraging, kind place. And even if it doesn't feel true at first, which it didn't for me, it could be a practice that could open the door to this feeling and being true for you. Our words are very powerful. Palms come down, palms face up towards the sky, and they come down by your side. Rest here. As we close our practice, I want to invite you to move into a moment of meditation. So this is where we're not attaching to any thoughts. We're not trying to control our breath. We're not trying to tap into our emotions or even spiritual. I just want you to close the eyes and be still. Allow your mind to wander. If it starts to attach to one thing, just let it pass by like clouds pass by in the sky. So we're not getting wrapped up into a thought or an emotion or even our breath. We're just resting and being still for the next 2 minutes. This might be hard, but try to let go and surrender. Come back to the breath. Keep the eyes closed if they were closed. Breathe in 360 breaths. So feel the ribs expand and exhale with sound. 2 more. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the ribs. Exhale with sound. Last time. Good. Take your time to get out of this pose. So I like to roll over on my side for a minute,
kind of hang out here in a fetal position. And then when you're ready, you can push yourself up.
You just don't want to come out of that too quickly. So for me, it was hard today to not get connected to any thoughts or not focus on my breath. But what we're trying to do is strengthen that observer, our ability to have some space in between our thoughts and our emotions and even our physical body. For somebody like me, I've had chronic pain for as long as I can remember, really since my teens. I had my first surgery when I was 5 years old. So I have had chronic pain a long time, and sometimes I have to remember that I am not my body. And the I, who I am, is more than my body. That's been a really good lesson. And so that type of meditation helps you create that beautiful space and build up your spirit. I hope you found this practice at least interesting today, unique. I don't usually teach like this, but I just felt like doing something new myself and incorporating more of the emotional well-being tools that I use with clients into this somatic practice so that it's something that you can learn how to do for yourself. Thank you, and if you have any questions or comments, let me know. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one, I work privately with people as a breathing and wellness coach. I also teach yoga and Pilates and those types of things, so I work with clients virtually, privately, and if you want to jump on a 30-minute free discovery call, I'll have a link for that for you in there as well. That can just be a great time to meet if you have a specific question you don't want to put in the comments. Otherwise, breathe well, have a wonderful day. Bye.